I just maxed out my Roth IRA, and in this video I'm going to talk about exactly the ETFs I bought and why. No speculative stocks, no risky investments, just the proven compounders that I'm trusting over the next 10, 20, 30 years to grow inside of my Roth IRA. If you are new here, a Roth IRA is a tax advantage account to where your money goes in after tax, but your gains in retirement can be taken out tax free. I did a full, I think it's less than 5-minute video on a Roth IRA, and I'll link it up here and down below so you can check that out after you watch this video. But that said, let's go ahead and get into the ETFs that I bought and why. To give a quick overview before we get into the video, I have split my buys this year over 4 different ETFs, and I've contributed the full $7,500 max. This first buy that I did, I'm going to talk about today, was for $3,750, so I plan to do another buy for $3,750 about halfway through the year. So basically doing 2 lump sum purchases, but I plan to keep the same allocation to these ETFs unless something in the market changes. So that said, let's go ahead and get into the first ETF, the biggest purchase that I did, which was VUG. All right, now you can probably see my phone, so I'm going ahead and sharing this on the Vanguard app, which is where my Roth IRA is located. I keep my Roth IRA with a completely different brokerage than my normal investing accounts, just to make sure that I don't touch it and don't have any temptation to do anything crazy inside of my Roth. So the first ETF that I bought was VUG, and I'll throw a picture up real quick at the screenshot, but I purchased $22.50 of VUG, which was about 60% of the purchase that I made. So that said, yes, I am shooting to be mostly growth in my Roth IRA. I did a full video on dividends versus growth long term, and for me, being young with a time horizon of 30 plus years, I know that growth is likely going to outperform dividends in the long run. So right now I want to invest in growth to actually grow my portfolio value, and then once I get to retirement, I'll likely slowly change that strategy to be more dividend focused for some cash flow. But at the meantime, right now, growth is my number one, which is why VUG is my largest buy so far this year in my Roth IRA. Taking a look at the stats for VUG, we can see that it has had some great performance, and it has an expense ratio of 0.04%, which is what I love about this growth fund. So that means on every $10,000 you have invested, you are only going to pay $4 in fees per year to hold VUG. Does not have a big dividend yield, but like I mentioned, that's not a big concern for me right now. The main part about VUG that I like is this stat right here, which is its return. So over the last 10 years, you can see that VUG has returned annually 17.4, almost 17.5%. And then since inception, you can see that it's returned 12% since inception in 2004. Notification from YouTube, free storms coming through right now in Texas. Anyways, we'll keep going. Risk level here is a 4 just because it is a growth fund, so you are going to see some more volatility. And then taking a look at the portfolio composition, very heavy into tech, which makes sense for a growth fund right now. That's where a lot of the money is going. AI, data centers, technology is evolving quickly, and so that's where most of the growth holds are at the moment. Speaking of growth, the individual companies that VUG holds: Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Facebook, Broadcom, Tesla, Eli Lilly, and Co. So you can see there that by buying Vanguard's growth ETF, you are getting exposure to some of the most popular growth companies in the market today, which is why I like it so much, and it's why it is a staple in my Roth IRA. Leaving VUG, I'm going to get into the second purchase, which was VOO, and many of you will likely know this ETF as it is Vanguard's S&P 500 ETF. I'll do some quick stats on this. 0.03% expense ratio, so another low fee fund, another reason I love ETFs provided by Vanguard. And very similar holdings to Vanguard's growth ETF that we just talked about as well. Since inception, 14.8%, 10 years, 14.7%. So slightly less than Vanguard's growth ETF, but as you've likely heard me talk about in other videos, I believe in having a strong base of the S&P 500. So I've built up a lot of VOO in my Roth IRA already, and so that's the reason that I'm actually adding to VUG a little bit heavier this year, is that I have established that base of the S&P 500 already inside of my Roth IRA. Once again, heavy into tech, financials, the big hitters right there. And once again, the top holding is very similar to VUG. So not a lot of difference with this one between VUG. The thing with Vanguard's growth ETF is that it's really just a little bit heavier into some of those growth holds that we all know and like so much. As far as how much I bought of VOO, taking a look, I bought $1,000 of VOO, which comes out to be about 26% of the overall purchase that I made here at the start of 2026. Next, which actually might be a little bit controversial, is VXUS, which is Vanguard's international stock ETF. Taking a look at VXUS, we see that its expense ratio is once again low, which I like, but its overall returns in the last 10 years is only 8.5%, so that's pretty much half of the Vanguard Growth ETF that we looked at earlier. And then as far as the holdings, you can see here, Europe, emerging markets, the Pacific market, North America are the main ones there that you get exposure to. And then for as far as some of the holdings, Taiwan Semiconductor, Tencent, ASML, Alibaba, some names that you recognize there. But essentially what Vanguard's international market ETFs like this does is give you exposure outside of the US that the other funds, VOO, VUG that we talked about, are so heavily concentrated in. Now, the argument with VXUS is that you do not need to buy an international fund in 2026 because thanks to the internet, all these large companies already have global exposure. So, for example, if you're going to buy McDonald's stocks, there is McDonald's all over the world, and so inherently you already have that international exposure. So I do understand that, and I get it, but in 2025, international actually outperformed the S&P 500. Will that continue? That's likely not according to history, but this is not a big position in my Roth IRA. It's just a small window of kind of diversification that I'm looking through. As far as how much I bought of it, and that's only 6%, so I bought $250 of that $37.50 first purchase this year. So not a large position at all, but it is something that I like having a little bit of exposure to in case we do see that international performance continue over the next couple of years. And last but not least is Vanguard's Dividend Appreciation ETF VUG. Scrolling down here and taking a look, expense ratio of 0.05%. Chef's kiss, another low expense ratio from Vanguard that we like so much. 10-year average annual return of 13%, which is very respectable for a dividend growth fund like this. As far as the dividend, I actually skipped over that real quick. Distribution yield of 1.6%. So you're not getting a high payout with VIG, but what you're looking for is actually dividend growth over the next 10, 20 years. So that's a key part to keep in mind with VIG. And then once again, somewhat heavy into information and technology, IT, tech, like the other funds, but not quite as heavy. So you do have some other exposure here to healthcare, industrials, and the financial sector as well. So once again, growth is one of the areas I'm trying to get heavier into in my Roth IRA just to set myself up for some awesome compounding over the next couple of decades. And VIG is one way that I'm doing that. I already have quite a bit of VIG in my Roth IRA, so my buys this year, I plan to keep that a little bit lower. Once again, I only bought $250 of VIG, which comes out to about 6% of that $37.50 that I made in this first lump sum buy in my Roth IRA. So to wrap this all up, the main purchases in my Roth IRA this year were VUG, Vanguard's Growth ETF, at about 60% of the full purchase that I made. The next one that I bought was VOO to get that S&P 500 base and continue stacking that. That was about 26%. And then both at around 6-7% was VXUS, Vanguard's International ETF, and then VIG, which is Vanguard's Dividend Growth ETF. Excuse me there. So as you can see, I'm going heavier into the growth side of things in 2026 in my Roth IRA. Once again, I'm going to make a second lump sum buy, likely somewhere halfway through the year. I plan to sticking to the same layout, but if anything changes, obviously I'm going to make a video and let you guys know about it. That said, thank you for watching the video and hanging out with me here. Have you maxed out your Roth IRA yet in 2026? Let me know down in the comments below. If you like investing in personal finance videos, hit the subscribe button, as well as I have plenty more of these coming this year. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.